Hello anglers, Mark with Core Fishing. Got kind of a cool little review I want to do on this reel. I'm not sponsored by LEWS. I'm not sponsored by anybody for that matter. But this reel really impressed me. It's a LEWS Speed Spool LFS. I've used it probably for a good 6 months now, and I'm highly impressed with this reel. It's smoother than some of my more expensive reels too, to be honest. So what this offers is it's a solid aluminum frame to start. So just holding this in your hand, it feels like it's really good quality, and it doesn't feel loose or disjointed or like there's any tolerance issues. Believe it or not, if you buy other brands that are really inexpensive, you know what I'm talking about. This has a 10 bearing system, which is quite amazing for a reel of this level. And you feel it too when you're fishing it. This is the 7.5 to 1. I use this one for my paddle tails, and I'll use it for my jigs when I jig fish, just so I can pick up line pretty quick. And I also use it for my small metal jigs on top water. I can burn them back to the boat. So this has 31 inches of line per revolution when you bring it in, which is quite a bit for this little reel and this little spool. Mono-wise, it's going to hold 120 yards of 12-pound mono, which is plenty. And mono, there's a lot of good applications. I have all my reels filled with braid. I like braid to leader. I've always been that way. Even on a stiffer rod, I just adjust my drags. I just love braid to leader. I love how limp braid is. I love how it lays down on the reel. You don't get wind knots with this, not like on a spinning rod, but that's something we can go over another time on why you might be getting those. Braid is 120 yards of 50-pound braid. So if you're a guy that likes to power fish or pitch or flip into heavy cover, you can load this up with 50-pound braid. I don't run 50-pound braid. I go much lighter on these since I fish these open water clear reservoirs like Mead and Mojave. I just get a lot better casting distance with lighter braid. It's got 15 pounds of drag, which is plenty. If you know anything about drag, you're always going to set your drag 30% of the line rating. So technically, this little reel can fish 45-pound line, which is truly remarkable. And you're not going to need that when you're fishing largemouth, smallmouth, or average stripers. You're probably going to need anywhere from 3 to 6 pounds of drag, unless you're buttoned down and you're in a pitching situation. But open water, non-structure, you're just going to basically use 3 to 5 pounds of drag of this guy. So, and it's smooth too. It's very, very smooth. It's got speed gears with a P2 pinion. That's LEWS technology. Magnetic cast control, which I really like on the outside. I don't really like to mess with the other systems that are inside under the cover that snaps down and you got to float the switches. I like these kind. And then obviously with your tension knob here, you can play with that a little. I'm going to loosen this up so you can see real quick. See how loose that spool is? You basically want to tighten this just until you don't have any play left. And you can play with this until it's perfect. And between this and this, you can set your lure weight up depending on what rod you use, and you really won't get any backlashes as long as you use the same strength and technique while casting. Try not to cast into the wind. You can with certain lures, but crankbaits and jerkbaits, I usually always have the wind at my back. I set the boat up so it's blown from the rear. It's very, very smooth. I can't say enough good things about this reel. And it's $99. At least it was when I bought it. It might be going up with the crazy inflation we have right now, but I think this is one of the best reels on the market for the money. It's crisp, it's strong, had no issues. I've probably boated 70, 80 fish on this reel already. I have another one. It's the lower ratio. It's 6.5 to 1. I believe that's what it is, and I use that for my my crankbaits and my lipless baits. But it is a fabulous, fabulous reel, and I don't really impress easily. But for $99, it is a special kind of beast. So, again, I'm not sponsored by LEWS, but I would honestly race down to the store and buy one of these and try it out. I think you're going to be really impressed for the money. So thank you for listening. I really appreciate everybody that subscribes to this. I'm a really small channel. I'm just trying to keep it pure fishing, pure tips, anything, any type of advice I can give from my long years of fishing. I've been fishing quite a long time. I'm definitely not a pro by any stretch, but I can bring a lot of good information to the table. And some of this might be repetitive for a lot of people. Other people, it might be brand new information that can help and contribute to a really nice day fishing. So go out and get yourself a LEWS Speed Spool. You're not going to be sorry. And thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Have a blessed day.